Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Just waiting for a few more people to come on in. Hey, boo. Hi. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is episode number 8 of the Sister Sessions podcast, where we represent the bad, the bold, and the bougie. I am the bougie one, A. Cantrelli. I am your host for tonight. And tonight's topic is pinned below: commitment. Are you in a committed relationship for love, or are you just settling? Before I bring my sisters in, let's get everybody settled and let's think. I want everybody to chime in. Everybody to chime in. Now let's bring the sisters in. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. And they are coming in. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, everybody. It's
How
the
you doing?
bad guy as usual.
Hey. Ooh, I like that hair.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, we having a little bit of a bad hair day, so sometimes you gotta improvise when the hair's on natural until you go see your hairstylist tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
That part. That part.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is commitment. Are you in a committed relationship for love, or are you just settling?
Ooh.
Let's
Oh,
get
let's
into
talk
it,
about it.
ladies.
Talk
Let's
about it.
talk about it. What's
What-
up? What's up with this commitment stuff? Let's talk about it.
Like, what are committed relationships looking like today? Are they compromised? Do these couples have a vision? Because I believe that most committed couples have a vision for how their relationship is going to go, how they want it to go. They set goals together. And where there are relationships that are unequally committed, where I could be committed to my partner, but my partner is not committed to me. And I think some people are not comfortable having these conversations with their partners. So there's confusion in relationships. Let's talk about it tonight, ladies. What do you guys think?
Oh, commitment. Yeah. Okay. I'll start. I guess I am the professional relationshipper here. I think to stay in a relationship, commitment is my life.
Okay.
I
Let's talk about
mean,
it, girl.
my current situation, I tried to start off like I was going to be that girl. Like, we should just have a little fun. You know, could you just take me out? Let's just hang out. Let's just, be cool. Break me off when I need it. And then it turned into, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I didn't want to share. I didn't want to share. I wasn't
Oh,
sharing.
stingy.
I
Stingy. Be
was
stingy with that.
stingy. Stingy.
When you get something good, hold on to it. You don't want to ration it out to the community. You want to hold on to it. You don't want no community peeing on no community cute.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. So I definitely took claim on that. That was few years ago. So I'm the professional commitment slayer.
Oh, so the bold is the professional commitment slayer. Child, I am the professional heartbreaker. That is the bad guy's role. However, when it comes to commitment, I think it has to start on the reason why I'm dating you. Because I have been known to be a professional dater too, which means, Hunty, you want to take me out to eat? Yes. You know I like Chick-fil-A. You know I'm going to be there, boy. What? Every Friday? I'm there. You're the Chick-fil-A
You see
fan. And now
Chick-fil-A.
you're talking about you love me and we go together. Wait a
That was after
minute.
you looked him in his eyes and you tried to take his soul.
Girl. And he was
So
trying to give me that
nasty.
mac and look. He trying to give me that mac and cheese so I could say yes and commit to him. Boy, you are saved under my phone as Chick-fil-A. Now, when we get into committed situations, I have to consider why I'm dating you before I say, yeah, we committed.
Chick-fil-A.
What?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. You got the man in your
I
phone to
mean,
Chick-fil-A.
I get it.
What?
I get it. I like Chick-fil-A.
I, I, you committed to
Girl,
Chick-fil-A? Or
listen,
is
I might
Chick-fil-A?
be committed to Chick-fil-A more than I am to these men, but no, I'm playing. I'm playing. Shout out to my people that are in committed relationships. But it comes down to the purpose of you dating. What are you looking for when you're dating? Are you looking to date to have fun, or are you looking to date to be married? Because then that comes into the whole aspect of, okay, when I get to that point to commit, what does that look like for me and my partner? See, we always talk about what commitment looks like for us without including what our partner's version of commitment is.
Ew. Yeah, that's a
And
good point. Good point.
do you think people are comfortable with having those conversations with their partner because of rejection, maybe, to find out that they're, unequally committed?
um Listen, rejection is a part of everything that we deal with. Rejection is a part of job interviewing, dating, marriage, friendships,
Right,
family ships, whatever. So
right.
that's the risk that you have to be willing to take. But you do need to have the conversation with the person and say, hey, this is what I'm doing at this point in my life. Where are you at? Because let's be honest, ladies, how many of us, okay, maybe I'm just talking about the bad guy experience, but how many of us have started dating somebody who just got a relationship and they just trying to find somebody to have fun with to get over the last situation. So we
Down situation.
down.
I think all been. I think we
Yeah.
all been
But
there.
like
But
I'm trying to tell you, I think I'm selfish because that's what I had told my significant other. I was like, you belong to me. You belong to me at this particular time. I know you might one day, but you belong to me. So we together. And
We go
it's still
together.
been like that all this time. It's still
for how long?
7
Has it
years.
been? Oh,
Told
congratulations,
you.
relationship.
I do this commitment thing. What's up? It's the other people. It's the other people on the other side. You might say, how many commitments have you been in? Okay, this is my third one. So why didn't they last, right? You might say that, right? Okay, I promise you it wasn't me. Promise you it wasn't me.
Are you taking accountability?
I would take accountability if accountability was meant to be taken.
Ooh, you better say that with the boldness, okay? Ooh, I like that. And I'm gonna
Okay,
I'm gonna steal that line in the
it
next
was
segment. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna steal that whole line.
I, all had exclamation points
I
behind it. I
mean, it
felt
is what
it.
it is. I mean, I would definitely take accountability if it was for me. But let me just say this: it's kind of like what you said about settling, right? I'm in this situation, but we're both on the same page. So commitment's going great because of communication. Commitment is going
Right.
great because we talk to each other. We're both on the same page. We both want this as much as the other one does. So no one's settling here. Now, that person might have settled in the beginning because I was a little bossy,
Oh,
but it worked out to their benefit.
oh, and she said that with confidence,
Okay.
bold. Girl,
Yeah.
what? So let me pose this question. I know I'm not the host, but the bad guy always be bullying people into conversations. So let me pose
Oh,
this question.
good.
Can we stay can we stay committed when things start getting rocky? Because that's where the test comes
Oh,
in.
And this is where the committed couples who have the vision, who have the transparency, this is where they come in. They're being committed in their relationships to work things out because they're looking in the long run, they're looking towards the future. They have these conversations. They stick it out through the rough times. They make it work. What about and you know what? I want to say I've known couples that's been together for years, and I've known couple that's been together for maybe a year. You know what I'm saying? And when shit got thick with the couples that been together for 1 year, they stuck it out. They worked it out. They came together. They stuck to their vision Opposed to couples that have been together for years, they be like, I'm done with this shit. It's been 20 years. I'm throwing in the towel. Peace. I'm
But
out.
are they 20 years
Like,
in dealing with the
you
same
know,
problem?
Right.
Let's be clear.
it I don't know, but I've seen it on both spectrums. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you're in a committed relationship, you definitely have a vision and you have a goal to where your relationship is going. And you're going to stick it out and you're
It's
going to work it
easy to
out.
keep that vision until you get a bad guy, a bougie one, and a bold one coming into your view. So let's
I'm
get let's let,
being,
let, let's get to the real
let,
talk.
let me
So
say
when we
that.
talking
Let's
about
say that.
commitment, listen, when we talking about commitment, are we talking about can I stay with just that one person even when
That's
things
what
are
I was
rough?
getting ready to
Or is
ask.
it or is it or is it can I nurture our relationship through the good and the bad, which means I might make a mistake that could end all this, but because I'm committed to you and what I want to see down the line, can I stay and put that work in? Because let me tell you something, when a bougie one or the bold one and the bad guy press forward, boy, that vision gets blurred real fast.
Wait a minute. Peanut Blue said, yes, she tried it. She tried it. Mm.
Ooh, child.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ooh,
I see you. I see you. I
yeah.
won. I won. Let's be clear. I won. Just try it. I
Oh,
won. I don't lose.
cheers to that. She
I
won.
won.
But
But
see, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, but you are so right. What do you do when a bad guy, a bold, or a bougie walks in the room? Like, what do you do when they enter the platform? What do you do?
Because this ain't no
Because I
paper.
believe that we have very charismatic personalities. Um, I mean, I don't know about,
Right.
I'm speaking for myself. You know, mama gave me all the good stuff in all the right places. You know what I'm saying? So talk about a guy. What do you do, fellas, when that lady pushing up on you? Or ladies, what do you do when the lady's pushing up on you? Or the fellas pushing up on you? What do you do? What you do?
Mm-mm.
What
Well,
you
What do you
do?
do?
it depends on how early in the game we talking. Because if we just talking a couple months in, well, you might grab my attention. I'm just keeping it real. But if I have a foundation with you and I'm scared to lose you, I might play it. I might play it like,
That
I'm
part.
taking. I'm taking because I'm
Yeah.
Watch this.
choosing to commit.
I be-
Because let's be honest, bad guy don't settle. I'm not settling because if I settle, that's losing to me. And that's a loss for me. Nah, we ain't taking no L's this year and any year beyond that. Nope.
That's true.
Right. Mahogany says people have to really want to commit for it to work. Other than that, you will fall for
Every time.
situations.
Facts.
Every time.
Facts.
But I
Of
think
course.
that
Of course.
the bad guy said it was because she would be afraid of losing you. So what is that? That means you have value in that person that you're with. You know their worth. So I'm not gonna go
Right.
out here and be stupid because
Right.
I know what I got.
Right.
And lose what you got at home because, honey, let me tell you something. As a single woman, Miss Bold, the dating pool has piss and shit in it, honey. Ain't nothing out there unless I have a ran. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
It's
So
not.
it ain't worth
It's
it.
not.
Stay with who you with.
So then that kind of plays into the settling. Like I'm gonna just stay who I'm with because there ain't shit out there. Well, maybe we have to change the location of the pool. Okay.
Where are you looking for
You
these
know me.
people?
I change locations every
What
time
where
I need.
please
So
understand, you have to go to certain places to attract the type of people that you want to deal with. If you in a club and you
yeah, of
meet somebody
course.
in a club, then if you don't want your man in the club, then what are you doing? in the club.
First, you can't find a deacon fucking everybody in the church too, so that ain't the right place to
Girl,
find
go to
nobody
Home
either.
Depot.
Go
Home
to Home
Depot.
Depot. That's right. Hold on. You got to go to places people. Yeah, no, you're right. Home Depot, people with
Tasha,
houses and.
Tasha 620 says commitment is the maintaining the respect established even through circumstances.
That's
Okay.
good. I like that.
Good valid point. Hogni says yes, that does fall into settling. What is your needs changing? What is your needs changes because of
Oh,
your
that's
growth?
true.
Oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's something I always talk
Yeah.
about, right? So again, relationships and commitment, something you have to do the whole time. You have to communicate. You have to communicate. You have to communicate. The reason you have to communicate is because when you start growing or you start liking certain things, you want to communicate with your person so they know what you're interested in, so they know how to support you. That's growth, right? So
Yeah.
you're growing together. Then they can give you their buy-in, or they could tell you how they don't agree with it, and you talk about it. Maybe they can. So, all right, I'll support you. Here are the things we talk about. I'll support you, but it's about communication. So a lot of people say, "Why are we
Yeah.
growing
And
apart?" 9 times out of 10, it's because y'all not talking. You're not talking. You're not talking.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um Tasha said a condition of accepting versus having nothing.
Mm,
Wow.
Yeah.
mm.
Settling is of accepting versus having nothing. There are some people out there that's settling because they don't want to be alone. They feel like they're running out of time, their eggs are stripping up, their biological clock is ticking, they getting old, they don't want to be alone. And some people just saying, okay, I'm gonna stick with this one that drink 40s all day and sleep on my couch and run up my light bill and eat all my food and play 4K with my kids. And he only home, you know what I'm saying? And
Listen,
you know,
it's like when you're settling, in my eyes, this is just the bad guy's opinion. When you're settling, you're picking to be miserable because there's no way
Agree.
you're fulfilling everything that you
Agree.
want and you need versus your partner, which is why, guess what? Now they got somebody on the side because you're
That
settling
part.
for me. You're not going anywhere. You're just saying, okay, I'm here just for the sake of having a relationship so I can do whatever I want. So you're picking to be miserable. Again, and it goes back right to what I said. When you start dating, are you dating for marriage, for fun? What is it? You got to lay that foundation so when you communicate with that person, one, they know what you want. Two, they can't say, "Oh, you tricked me into this." And three, you are fulfilling your need plus your partner's need. So settling, not an option for me. Girl,
I,
I'll be home by myself with 1,000 cats before I settle.
cat
cat woman,
lady.
Absolutely.
Cat lady.
please.
The crazy thing.
A person,
Go ahead.
a person who's committed out of fear. Yeah, that's basically what
Right.
we were just saying. You know, people are scared to be alone nowadays. They see with the world ending slowly but surely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you fuck it, the world is about to end. But outside of marriages, there's so many different
Yes.
types of relationships that are unclear
Yes.
of where they stand because there's no transparency, there's no vulnerability, there's no
That part.
communication. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you about my DMs from all these people who are supposedly in committed relationships.
Let me tell you something.
It's sad. Bad guy don't even start because we know how
Mine
yours
is
looking,
empty.
and it's sad. Well, of course it's empty, baby.
Mine is
Listen,
empty.
Got you.
and it's gonna stay empty. You're
And it's gonna
7 years
stay
in.
empty.
It's gonna say, let us catch all the
Yeah,
hell.
y'all got
We
this
we
for
got
me?
this. Me and that one. We
I'm
got.
gonna be like this. I can't help you, but let me pass you on to at Sister Sessions. Talk to the bad guy and talk to the boo. She was.
Hello. You send them our way. There are people, Tasha 620, there are people who are committed to obligations, not committed to a person.
So what
But
happens,
is
like
that
for
fair?
instance, when you have people, like she said, obligations. People are committed to obligations like a child, right? Your child grows up though. They graduate from high school, they go off to college,
Right.
and then you looking at this person like, who are you? I don't even like you. I didn't even know we was keeping this together just for the kids. Then what?
And that's another. People stay for the kids. Like
Not
I
doing it.
know plenty and more men stay for these kids. Oh, she got my kid. I can't leave. I don't like the bitch. I don't want to be with her, but she got my kid. My son, yeah, I can't leave my kid. But you unhappy. You unhappy. So let me. It's this story I have. Okay, since y'all say I don't air none of my dirty laundry.
Come
Okay,
on,
here we
dirty.
go.
Let's get it. We know how to use the washing machine.
Shut
Come on.
up. So a couple of years ago, I was invited to a birthday cookout, and I met this young man there. Well, I was noticing him there. So the next day, I asked the birthday guy, like, who your friend, whatever. Okay, long story short, he hooked us up. He is much younger than I am, but very mature. But he's in this relationship, and they just had a new baby, and he's basically settling because I believe he's still in this relationship. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but he's basically settling. I can't leave because she got my baby, but she cheated on me. I caught her cheating on me. I can't trust her. I love her, but I'm not in love with her no more. So I was like, okay, so this baby is making you say you don't need. First of all, y'all don't live together, right? Number two, if y'all don't live together and you still raising your
What's
son,
the point?
I mean, if you're unhappy, why? You're so young. Like, why are you letting this, And he was like, it was just how I was raised. I
So,
said, so,
and that goes back to our conversation we had before on being the example for our children. One of the reasons why I'm not settling ever, I'm not settling, is because I have to be the example for my children. We keep
Exactly.
settling. We keep showing children, oh, stay with this person despite, just go ahead and cheat or go on off on the mama. No. What we need to do is show them healthy relationships. We need to show
Exactly.
these children, be a good
right.
example for these children. I say the children probably want you happy without your mama or your daddy being together. You might be happiest when you guys are apart. So show
Absolutely.
that to the kids.
Right.
Show them how to make co-parenting work effectively. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's such a good point because when you stay for the sake of the kids, kids are not dumb. They can see there's tension between mom and dad. And now they coming into a dysfunctional household, but they can say, oh yeah, mom and dad are together. No, kids want to be in a household that is filled with love and happiness. And if that means we got to be apart to do that, then that's what's going to happen. And I get people want to stay together because, that's how I was raised. And, this is how we look in the church. We got a reputation. But back home, you're giving
A
each other hell.
reputation.
Yeah.
But
Back
behind
home,
closed doors.
you're giving us hell because you want to commit to an image more than a relationship.
Mm.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That sounded like something the bold would say. Bad guy?
Well, we have been friends since the age of 17 and 18. You were bound to rub off on me.
Hello. 620, you're on fire tonight, darling. Children, business, and investments. Some stay out of fear of judgment. That's the challenge the settlers are attempting to recruit others to maintain their situationship. It's just nonsense. Bad guy just dropped the
Drop the mic.
motherfucking word.
Drop the mic.
Listen,
All right, Tasha.
you better
You
listen.
better come with
You
it,
better
girl.
get these gems out. You better get these gems while I drop them, okay? Because every now and then I'm gonna get something that's gonna take a hold of you, and you're gonna be like, "Ooh, yep, I felt that." Because let me tell you, the bad guy has been through it all. I'm not speaking just to be talking. I'm speaking from experience. All
That's
right.
right.
And
That's right.
let's go back to parenting in a household that was setting. I am a product of that environment. My mom stayed and settled in an abusive relationship for years. You know what I'm saying? And she's still in a relationship, and she'll be 75 next month. You know what I'm saying? But it's not.
Oh, sure.
It's
I
not
know.
anymore because they're old now, and it's more of my father is sick now and she's more in control of the situation. But there was a time when I felt resentment because I felt like she could have left then. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you leave when I was younger? Because then you would have been hit with more resources, you would have got more help than the average child today can get. So you could have you could have broke the mold of generation curses, but that's what she's the oldest of 13, and her dad was similar. She married somebody just like her father. You know what I'm saying?
We repeat the cycles. We repeat the cycles.
Right, and that's all she knew. So it was to her, it was comfortable to her. Now that I'm older, I understand. So now I forgave. I don't forget, but I forgave because that's all she knew. Nobody taught her different. You know what I'm saying? But me, older me or younger me would say, I don't want to be her. I don't want to be like her. I want to be the strong one. And she always said to me, she said, no matter what you're going through, if you're down, you're always singing, you always got a smile on your face. But she don't know what I go through when I come home. You know what I'm saying? I'm here by myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I break down. So I'm not so strong as she thinks I am, but the woman that I would have wanted to see her to be then versus now. You know what I'm saying? So I at 75, I am trying to pour into her, and I'm trying to teach her, like, just because a man told you was a shit and you was a bitch all your life, that's not who you are. That's not, his words do not define who you are. And so her affirmations and stuff. So it's just like I never that's probably why I'm single today, because I refuse to settle. That's always
And let me give you another way to look at it real quick, okay? Because I can relate to that. I said the same thing. I couldn't understand why my mother stayed with my father. It made no sense to me. The logic, it wasn't math wasn't mathing. It just wasn't.
Right.
But you know what? As I got older, I realized something. My mother was willing to sacrifice her own personal happiness to give me and my brother a certain type of lifestyle, right? I didn't understand that as young Donna. I didn't understand that. I just saw, this ain't right. So why you here? Now, as a grown woman, as you get older, you take all things in consideration. Even though, would you say she was probably settling? Absolutely. But that was also during a time when we had to settle, right? My mom had to settle. She had no education. She had a high school diploma. So what she was banking on was my father. You understand what I'm saying? And that worked out well for her under that circumstance. How did I change that? I have a master's degree. I have PhD work. I have my own job. I'm a career woman. I don't have to settle.
Exactly.
Let's be clear. You understand? So sometimes we got to open our mind to see why they were settling too before we go be so judgmental. Because it took me a long time to get here and understand where she was coming from.
Exactly.
But I get it now.
That's what that's basically what I was saying. It took me a long time to understand, like, why did you stay here? But I get it, and I don't fault her. It is.
And see, I come from a different background where my grandparents were the foundation of our family. However, my grandmother had very strong sisters around her to pitch in when things weren't going right. Because my grandfather, he may not have been the kindest of men, but she had a sister that would tell her, you hold him until I get there. And it's going to be on. So sometimes, shout out to my grandmother and her sisters. So sometimes I think that's where my attitude towards relationships come, because I am quick to say, if you are treating me wrong, I must
Gotta go.
stand with this. I could have a
Gotta go.
thousand children. I could have 1,000 children to you, and I'm out the door tomorrow if you do something that doesn't sit right with me, or you abuse me, and you're not committing to us as a whole.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what we fail to do as couples, commit as a whole. It's like, I'll commit
Yeah.
if you do this. You commit because of this. Or now we're committing because we brought these little people. No, 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 no.
Oh,
I refuse to settle
right.
and then have my children damaged by my relationship, instead of
Um,
saying, this is how you handle it, and you go be strong in your own situation. Now, everyone is very different, and it depends on your support that you have around you to help you
yes.
get to the next step.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
620. We
Yes.
have to compromise. Settling should be avoided.
Mm.
D Hoffa on the look. D Hoffa
Hi,
on the
D
check-in.
Hopper.
I was
Here he come. He coming through. What's up, D Hopper? You know we love you.
for his whole being into it, honey. It ain't no half and half, honey. It's the whole
Yeah.
bag, whole package. He wanna commit to the whole situation. I know that's right. We all want each other.
Wait.
We all want our partner to commit to the whole situation. Just the whole situation because
Wait,
we want
wait, wait,
to try.
wait, 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 wait. What?
You can't partner.
Wait.
D Hoffa said he wants. D Hoffa said he wants to commit to the whole situation.
He
Is
said
this
he
the
wanted
same
to
guy?
commit to
Is
even
this?
when he gonna
Is,
bring some flowers. He
I was
even
getting
committed to the flowers. D Hopper, you bringing the roses and the flowers too?
Niggas done started something. See how?
ready. Bo took the words right out my mouth. I didn't have to say it.
Remember?
You better give me
Got
my
you,
flowers.
sis.
Give me my flowers first.
Right? See how I didn't
See,
want
what happens when you decide you want to come on our lives with us. See, we gonna remember what you said because he wasn't trying to give up no flowers.
he ain't wanna
He get ready to write up the paragraph. I'm letting you know right now. It's coming.
bring flowers. He didn't want to bring the girl a Hershey kiss on the date. Nothing.
Background information. We had,
He
oh,
said,
here,
Yep.
back to the flowers. Background information. We had a session called Mars versus Venus, and we had the awesome D Hoffa One come on and be our guest, and he represented for the fellas. And we had a little gripe about him bringing a lady flowers. He was like, "I ain't bring no flowers. I ain't bring no flowers." We was like, "Dang,
love you too, D Hopper.
we
Look,
love you,
and look,
D."
and look, and he was committed with the no flower bringer. No ma'am, no spam, no hamburger. You will not get a flower from me.
He stood the 10 toes on his shit. He was not backing
But you
down.
know,
He came out guns blazing. We was like,
he
what?
did. He did. He was ready. He was ready. He actually had us shut up for a little bit. We was listening.
He shut us down a couple of times. A couple of times.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies. So, outside looking in, like, have you been a witness to unequal commitment? Like, do you know anybody who was committed to the relationship, but their partner wasn't committed to the relationship?
Mm.
Yes. And
I know a bunch of people like that. What you mean?
listen. I won't spill nobody else's tea, but I'll spill my own tea if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
That works.
okay, so I was involved with someone who I was all the way in, and let me tell you something. It's hard for the bad guy to get all the way in, but when I'm in, I'm in. Okay, I was
Yeah,
committed
many
to
times you've
everything.
been all the way in, bad guy. Just asking.
Listen,
Probably only
might
once,
be like
twice.
three, maybe three times, maybe three in my 40 plus years of yes.
20 and one.
So,
40 what?
so
Um,
listen. We're not gonna get into the age. We're not gonna get into the age. We're just gonna get into the commitment part. So, I was very committed to this person. I did the communication thing. What do you want? Where do you see us going? Making sure I built that foundation, only to find out that bruh wasn't too committed to me.
what? Oh,
Imagine my
So why would you
shock.
do that?
Look,
And why
imagine
would you
my
do that?
shock when I got that. Look, when I got the call from the other woman.
Oh, the what? The
Excuse
who?
me, Sherry. Look. Excuse me, Sherry. Who are you calling? And what? So
Wait, she called your phone.
Oh, she called the phone. She called the phone. But
Wait,
I
the
couldn't
side
fault
piece
her.
called your phone.
She was like, what are
Well,
you?
I couldn't fault her because I had no knowledge of her and vice versa. This man was just not committed. He was committed to himself. Because as women, we were all in. But there were people around us that would say, hey, that's not a good look. And I made the classic mistake. It's a fine look. I can change him. I
Oh,
am the bad guy, and I am the bad guy, and I'm committed. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I am
you
talking,
can what?
communicating, and his needs are being met. I can change him.
You
Big
can
mistake.
what?
You was like,
You
Big
can
mistake.
what?
Big
Say it for me
mistake.
again. You can what?
That yes, I made the classic mistake of saying
That
I
part.
can change him.
Mm,
Okay,
okay. Just wanted to make sure
so
we was all on the same page.
yeah, yes.
for one
So listen, again, there were people around me that were like, "Yo, this is not good. This is not good for you. What are you committed to?" I was all in. That person wasn't. But baby, years later down the line, that thing called karma, oh, it hit hard.
Oh,
It hit hard. Look, to the point he was like, hey, I want that old thing back. Hey,
uh-uh.
I want that
No,
old
no,
thing
no, no.
back.
No, no, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, watch this. No, watch this. Uh-uh.
we don't know. Mind your business.
No, we don't
Mm.
go backseat.
For
I
that,
don't know about that.
drink water and mind your business.
That's why you said, what is it? It's about that you thought you could change them. I always say that if you in a relationship and you are not settled or you are not happy with something and you go in like a marriage, you say you get ready to tie that knot, whatever, because you think you can change somebody.
You are setting your
Baby, honey, boo boo, darling.
you are setting yourself up for
You are
failure.
setting yourself up. I always say, look at yourself right now. Look at your relationship right now. If you can do this just how it is for the rest of your life and be happy, you got you one. Because you should never enter
Listen,
a situation think you're going to change somebody because the moment they don't change, you mad.
You are gonna
You
be
mad, mad.
gonna keep being upset because
that
you
was that was the young version of the bad guy. That's when the bad guys would always want to throw hands. Oh, you hurt my feelings? I'll be outside.
see
There's no talking.
and throwing
No
hands with
talking.
their ancestors because they was throwing hands.
Man, the bad guy been
And
throwing
bougie,
hands
you
since
know
I
how you
met
met
her.
me.
That
Bougie, you know
No.
how you met me.
that's exactly how
And excuse me, I was about to say, I mean, she's been throwing hands since I've known her.
no,
She,
this is how your ancestors was. They was like, hold that nigga till I get there. They was gonna lay hands. So it goes back to your ancestors. Laying is a part of your heritage. Who you are. About
Just look, just for
yeah,
everybody out there, just for my bad guy bunch. I don't throw hands like that anymore. Okay, I
she
have learned
grown.
to communicate and articulate my feelings. Oh, I sound like Ti right there.
After,
Communicate and
after she
articulate.
get her
No,
thoughts together, because you got to get her up off of her little thing. Because the bad guy, you got to. Sometimes it's hard to bring her down. It's a little hard. You got to kind of tiptoe around it. So, bad, 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 bad. Can we talk? Just
like what?
bad. We
No,
need to talk. What?
5.2
and
seconds.
I just be like, absolutely not, absolutely not.
Absolutely, absolutely not.
Absolutely
Okay,
not. Talk to
okay.
me for what?
I love you.
Oh, I can't. So,
I love you too.
so what? I mean, I think we probably already covered this, but what sets committed couples apart from couples that are not committed? Is it their relationship skills? Is it just everything that communication skills, transparency, vulnerability? Again, committed couples.
What's that?
uncommitted relationships, they don't have a vision. They're just in it and just like, okay, let's do whatever we do. How do you feel about that?
Um, Me personally, I told you guys I'm going to be the relationship connoisseur because I'm always in a relationship. So I'm not really sure about the uncommitted piece because for me, just because of how I'm wired, it's one way or another. We're either committed or we not. I All right, so the bad one is out here putting out ages, and we're only a year. So in my 40 plus years, you know what I'm saying? I know myself well enough to know what I can handle and what I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? So this girl right here, yeah, there ain't no difference because I'm only gonna be in a committed relationship. If you can't give me you, then there ain't no reason for us to be doing this right here. It really isn't.
But what if you okay, so bad guy, what if you meet somebody and you say, okay, you guys been vibing for a while and you're talking about relationships and you want to be in a committed relationship, but this person doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. How would you approach that situation?
Mm.
Well, to go back to the original question, and I'm going to address both. Committed versus non-committed. I
Right.
think the committed couple, both people have decided we are fighting for this.
Mm.
I'm in it for the long
Mhm.
for the long
Mhm.
run. Good, bad, and different. You have both people together for the same thing. And the non-committed, you have one committed and one just settling. They're not on the same page. So I think that's the difference between the two. Now, if I am looking for a committed relationship and I happen to meet a man and we're vibing, everything is good, we enjoy each other's company, we're going on dates, friends like him, family like him, whatever, and he says, I don't want a commitment. Thank you for your time. Your spot is now up. I'm not wasting my time
Simple
if
as
I want
that. Don't
commitment.
waste your
If
time.
I
That's
want
exactly what I was
commitment.
about to say.
Because
We ain't
that's
got
what we're
time. You can't
having.
get your time back.
We cannot get time back. And that's what we
You
do. We
cannot.
waste time.
I ain't wasting.
Yes.
I ain't wasting.
I'm at an age where I can't waste time. I don't know.
No.
So whichever way the cookie crumbles, that's the way the hell it goes. Single or but I ain't settling. I did a lot of settling in my time, and I
Right.
realized the most miserable relationships I have ever had. Ever. You might have fun here or there, but
The ones where you're
Right.
settling.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't go back. I don't want to settle anymore. I want to be on the same page. I want to accomplish the same goals in this same relationship. I want to have a clear vision. I want to be on a path where we know what we're doing together. I don't want
Right.
to be in a
Yeah.
he like, oh, my girlfriend is so, she's not gonna cheat on me, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a clear understanding of where we are. If we can't get on the same page, then you gotta go.
But you
Right.
also have to understand a lot of people, we also blur the lines. So
Mm.
we don't mean to settle, but we do. You know how it go. They make a mistake, they say they're sorry, and then you forgive them. But when
Exactly.
a mistake happens again and you forgive them, but then we're staying because we love them, but we see the red signs right in front of our face, so we keep forgiving them, right? I think some of us, I can only speak for me, at this age of time, that line in that sand, it's a deep ass line. You gonna have
Right.
to stay on the right side of this line. You hear me? Because if you don't stay on the right side of this line, you gotta go.
Yeah.
And as hard as that sounds, and as hard as that is for some people to be able to do, it is what it is.
It gets hurt. It can
Period.
be hurtful, but you know when your time is up. You know when
You
you
do.
all avenues, and you know when you're tired. So when you know you're tired and you know you don't want to do it no more, and you're tired of being, then it'll come like nothing. You know.
Now I don't know if it's
Right.
gonna come like nothing. I don't know that. As hard as I am sitting up here saying all of this, that must ain't easy. I don't get it twisted. I
It,
don't like that.
only if you've been settling for, and you come to a point where you get tired sometimes, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm tired. I can't keep giving you 1,000,001 chances. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of just settling. So you gotta,
Yeah.
of course,
But what I'm saying is that even though you have to say no, I'm just saying it's not easy. Just because I'm saying that's what you have, what has to happen, that doesn't make it easy. Like we've said, we've been friends for a very long time. The bad guy can reflect on a time when she saw me and she was like, "What the heck is going on with you?" I had to go to her house and get some food because she had said I was too little because I was going through something. I was going through
Going
something.
a lot. A lot. I've gone through a lot. Yes, I did. And let me tell you, that is real friendship. I brought that girl to my house and I fed her. You heard me? I mean, I put my foot in some soul food.
you made some
But
She
food.
all
did.
this goes,
2 plates.
listen, all this goes back to a statement that I made to friends outside of the podcast. When it comes to any type of relationship, be it friendship, romantic, whatever, you can forgive a mistake because that's something somebody did that was unintentional and they
There
did
we
not
go.
mean to hurt you. But
Right.
we have to stop forgiving people's patterns because the pattern is who you are. So if you
Period.
cheat one time and you are really remorseful and it is a mistake, I can forgive that. But
Yeah.
if there is a constant, role of women in cheating or men, then no, that's your
No.
pattern. That's who you're choosing to be, regardless of how it may affect me. So,
Mm,
ladies, the only thing I can say is to start training your mind to forgive the mistake, but reject that pattern.
right.
And with that, it becomes easier to say, yes, I want to commit, or shit, I'm just settling. But the
Right.
bad guy is not recommending that you settle, but just know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Okay?
Girl, you better go here with your bad self today.
I
See
just
what I'm look, I have the glue says on so y'all can
The
see what I'm
glucose.
saying.
The glucose.
The
We see
glue
what you
says.
saying. We see what you saying, boo. There go
Yes.
bad guy and her vibes, man. But I mean, real talk. That was good. That was juicy.
by the way, we love your glasses every week.
Glucose.
Thank you, girl. Thank
Ooh,
you. They are glue
You have to
size.
call them glucoses.
okay, I'm sorry about your
I
glasses.
mean, if that's gonna be her hashtag glucoses, let's get it. Don't let nobody take it.
Yeah, listen, bad guy bunch out there, you know what it is. My glue says on so I can see what you're saying and vice versa.
Hi,
Okay?
welcome back, Sonny. Sonny said, "Hey, beautiful queens. Hey, handsome."
Hey. So yeah. All right, so I know I'm not the host
It's
tonight, but
okay.
let me throw something in the mix.
Okay,
Oh,
come on.
here
Okay?
we go.
So just a
What?
little bit.
We
So
listen.
Look,
listen, because it's always the bad guy, and I always have to throw a little wrench into everything.
right?
Oh,
So can committing actually turn into settling? Like we're both on the same page, and then eventually it's like we just doing this to be doing this.
Fizzle fizzles.
So I guess what I'm saying, are you out there committing to settling?
Wait a minute now.
so wait, hold on. So what I'm thinking this is you saying like we were on the same page at first. Then one started drifting. I'm going this way, you going this way.
And now
Ooh.
making me go the other way now because you ain't.
Ooh.
Man. See, this goes back. Okay,
Ugh.
if you were committed means at one time you had a vision. At one time you were transparent. At one time you were vulnerable, and then all of a sudden you was like, "Fuck this shit." Is that what
But
you?
what happened? The questions
What
are what
happened?
happened? Like what happened? What caused the change? What caused the shift? Did you guys stop talking?
Right.
Did the communicate? Was there a communication breakdown?
So many things.
Sometimes men drift off in another direction because, like, you just had a baby and now you're giving all your attention to the child. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
yeah. So I guess that the question is, are you committed to settling?
Mm.
See, why the bad guy always gotta throw a wrench into the good conversation? What?
I'm like right
So
here.
but there is a place, especially if you're in a committed relationship, where you have to extend a little grace, right? Because no one is perfect. No one's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. And then we also have to give room for growth. Because just like you just said, what if I'm going this direction, you going in this one? That doesn't mean that we need to break up. Maybe we need to reconvene. We need to have another meeting of the minds to come back to a general understanding. Even if that I'm over here right now, I still want to be with you. I still love you, but I got to work this right here out. Can we make this work?
People can become addicted to routine. Mahogany says settling is
Yes.
less. Tasha
Is
says.
Yeah.
accepting less. Settling is
Yeah.
accepting less. That might be true.
Yeah, and that question might um it might go out to
So,
people maybe who've been in long-term relationships. Sometimes
mhm,
and
mhm.
well, Donay, you're at the 7-year itch, the 7-year fizzle. Like they said, it happens like 7 years. So I'll be like, baby, we approaching 7 years. It's something you gotta say. I know you ain't got no baby on. I can't work yet. Like, but what's going on, dude? You had that 7-year itch, or you have to have that 7-year combo.
Listen, I do the conversation all the time. It's daily, honey. You
Okay,
don't get away from the conversation. You need to check in daily. I'm not talking about once a year. I'm not even talking about once every other 6 months, which
let's
is
let's
once a
keep
year.
it every.
No, not necessarily every
Okay,
day, but
well,
you need to make it your business to make your other person your business. The same way you want them to be about you, you got to put that work in. So, no, it does not have to be every day. But let me tell you something. I always say this: if you're in a committed relationship, that relationship is work every day. It's just work every day.
people don't understand how much work a relationship really is. Like,
Mhm.
you
And it's
out
a two-way street. It's
right.
not one. It's definitely a two-way. I can honestly say I'm still in this situation because it's give and take. It's not just give, 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 or take, take, take. It's give, take, give, take constantly. And
Constantly
then you also you got to get your ego out the way too. You got to get your ego out the way.
check.
Your
Oh,
ego
we were
got to
gonna get
go.
the ego.
Drop that
Because
gym.
that ego, that's normally 9 times out of 10 what's jacking us up is your ego. And then not being able to say, all right, my bad. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Tasha says
Mm.
action. So the couple has tangible results. Examples: a marriage, children, business, a home, growth as individuals. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Commitment is give and take, but everybody has to be on the same page. It's not a one-way
That's
street.
a good.
It
That's a good.
and yeah, you just gotta be diligent and working in it. You just can't let it fall by the wayside. If you do, then oh well. You see Neo and his wife. Child, listen. He don't want to get that lady a dime of alimony. He don't want to even let her live in the house. He was like, she hasn't worked since we've been in this marriage. I pay for all the bills. I should have the kids equally. And she should not get any of my money. I will pay child support, but I will not pay alimony. And he is dead serious. Ladies, have your own shit. So it's that
Period.
prenup wasn't in place, but he was like, I don't want to give her nothing. So that
She better than me. I'd have been setting up my own businesses all on the side, all kinds of crazy. Y'all got me messed up. These women be walking away with nothing. Whatever.
So she committed to settling being just a wife.
right
Just the wife.
because she did admit that he did cheat on her throughout their whole 8-year relationship or marriage. So she definitely.
Accepting the pattern. Hmm.
Yep, she saw a check. Okay, ladies, it is 8:55 p.m. and IG be like, they cut water off at 9 o'clock.
It after 60 minutes.
So, is there anything anybody else need to say, ladies? Anyone want to say anything?
Who we
No,
taking this week?
I think Bougie will leave you with the final thought. I think I dropped enough gems today. The
Yeah, me
bowl
too.
rubbed off on me, dropping gems, everybody dropping gems. So we're gonna give the Bougie one the opportunity to wrap it up and give her final thought on the topic.
My final thought is being committed is simple. You either are committed or you either not. It's plain and simple.
Period.
Being
Very
committed.
good.
And that's the word. That's the final thought. That's it.
Period.
Thank you, Mom.
Period.
Thank you for everybody who joins in. You guys were amazing. Thank you for joining us. Now, next week, same time, same place. And next week, I think the bad guy will be hosting. Is it the bad guy today?
Definitely the bad guy.
It's the
The
bad guy.
bad guy is up next.
The bad guy's up next. What we talk about? You know, you gonna give us a little snip, or you gonna go ahead and just bless us during the week?
You know, I'm gonna bless you during the week. I'm gonna make you wait because that's what the bad guy does. She moves on her own time. So you're gonna wait to get
Yeah,
mine.
I like it. I'm here for all of that.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, audience, for having us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Sister Sessions, the podcast
Tell a
for
friend.
bad, the bold, and the bougie. I was your host for tonight, A.K. and Charlie, the bougie one, and my beautiful co-host, my sister, the bad guy, Simply Fee, and my other sister, the bold one, Lady D. We will see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.